But it requires a sharp brain, a very sharp brain and intellectual to know that there was a game going on. Then, let's fast forward. There was the purported fight between the former president and the current president, Ruto. Then the fight started escalating towards elections. And it was even very nasty to a point where the Ruto was telling Uhuru, do not kill my children. Where was that imported from? Was it necessary? But these statements were mere statements of puff. In law, they are called misrepresentation or mere statements of puff, meant to hoodwink Kenyans, to send smoke screens that, we are genuinely fighting.
Yes, whatever Babu is saying, I totally agree with. Because we were hoodwinked and they lied to us, and those two people are very good actors. And I feel like Uhuru and Ruto, they might not necessarily be enemies because they've been friends for a very long time. For a very, very long time. They two have bought properties together, their children interact, they belong to the same political circle, they have the same friends, and as politicians, they will always protect themselves. So it was a good act, and people believed it, and Ruto was elected.
That whatever we are planning ahead, the end must justify the means. Whatever we are doing, it doesn't matter. We can equally abuse each other. We can do whatever we want to do. But the end must justify the means. But let Kenyans know that we are fighting. Because why would Uhuru and Ruto fight if in 2002, Ruto stood with Uhuru against all odds? 2013, Ruto stood with Uhuru against all odds. 2017, Ruto stood with...
So in 2013, their friendship was cemented there because no matter what happens, those two will forever be friends. And that's why you realize that even recently, the two visited and you can see the mood between them. So you can tell by how they were interacting with each other, those people are not enemies and they can never be enemies. They can act once in a while to hoodwink us, the public, to think that they are enemies, but they are not.
And they also went to ICC together. So what is it that went wrong between the two? Nothing. After all, you are advised that if somebody fights for you so much, and if you loses, you will always owe the person. But if you win, you will reward the person. So they fought in 2002.
Yes, whatever Babu is saying is true, and he is the only one who has the courage to say that Uhuru and Ruto, I think to some degree, they're almost like besties. They might not act like it all the time, but they're almost like besties. Ruto has helped Uhuru achieve the kind of success he has. Because without Ruto, Uhuru wouldn't have won the 2013 election. Without Ruto, Uhuru wouldn't have won the 2017 election. And Uhuru knows that because Ruto helped him a lot with the planning, with the execution, and to some degree even in the looting. Because I think Ruto is the one who is that crafty and is the guy who can help you with that. I don't think Uhuru is that crafty when it comes to electoral malpractice. So Ruto was the genius in those two events. And when it came to 2022, Ruto knew that if I'm supported by this guy, I might lose. So I need to play victim. And since you're my friend, help me play victim. So continuously attack me and I'll attack back. But in the end, those two are friends and they came to prove it. So when Babu was saying this, people were doubting. People were feeling like this guy is just crazy. But now that the two have met and the two are on good terms with each other, we now realize that it was all an act and we were played. It was a circus and we were the audience. And these political brothers and sisters, they'll always protect each other because their children go to the same schools, their wives interact, they buy properties, they loot together, they give each other projects. So they'll forever be friends. And when there is a liberation or there is an event where the public is against the government or those political class, they'll come together to hoodwink the public and put us back in line. So people like Babu are the few people who can identify that and tell the truth that this political class are lying to you. So that's my take. I'm Sirawa Godwin. Peace out.